Hi, it's Bruce Linton with a video blog post this week for the Fathers Forum on why fatherhood matters. And we all know when a father participates in the life of his child, particularly I feel in the early years, we have a big impact on influencing our child in terms of how he does educationally, how he does socially, and all of the research shows that a father's participation and interest in his child or children's lives leads to higher self-esteem. All great stuff. But we often don't look, or we overlook, how being a father matters to us as men, and how do we change, and how does it affect our sense of self and who we are as men. And there's a few ways that that happens, that I see that in the groups that I've been doing now for over 25 years, and how powerful it is for us when we become fathers, and how it begins to reshape our identity as who we are as men. And I think the most profound changes in caring for our child, caring for someone other than ourselves, we begin to develop a sense of empathy, and that extends beyond our child to the ways in which we are in the world with other people. So I can certainly say I've become a much kinder and loving person because of being a father. The other aspect that I think helps us immensely, since we're always trained to, be in charge, be in control, know what to do, know how to handle everything. And clearly in the early lives, or at least in the early life of my children, everything was a bit chaotic. And I think out of that was a understanding that I could learn to tolerate the uncertainty of not knowing how things are going to work out. And whether that was how are we going to get out of the house and get going on the trip, or how are we going to pay for college. Excuse me. But I began to realize that, a little bit of patience that grows out of the tolerance for the uncertainty began to allow me to feel more comfortable in my own skin and begin to have things unfold where I didn't always have to be in charge. And that was a big relief. And also, in part through my work with the Fathers Forum, I began to realize, and kind of that's where the Fathers Forum began, that in becoming a dad and sharing that with other fathers, I had such a wonderful connection with a larger world. And I think that made it less lonely for me, both as a dad and also as a man, to begin to feel I was part of something bigger and something that was really important, fatherhood. Not that my career and work hasn't always been important, but I've always been committed. Work is valuable, but raising the status of fatherhood has made a big difference, at least for me, to how I feel in the world. So those are some reasons why fatherhood matters to us as men. Okay, thanks for stopping by the Fathers Forum blog. Take good care now.